probably one of his most potent champions in a lot of these IG wins, has been a big factor in their win streak nonetheless.
Yeah, and I kind of like this angle too, just because for one, you have a lot of ults to steal. Yeah, not to mention, but the problem here is that there is that gank angle. Because I mean, Beishwan, yeah, of course.
Oh, look at this.
Does have that, yeah, exactly. We have both junglers here sitting in these bushes. And there's a couple ways this could go. I think they want to set up for the dive. That means JJ can go in now.
Yeah, JJ, and Elk is so low. He's easy pickings. Easy first kill. I mean, that is as sweet as it comes for IG. There's nothing for Beishwan to do as he watches his bottom lane collapse.
They get it right before the spawn of the grubs, I think, is important. It does give BLG an opportunity to maybe fight for it if they want to early on, especially with JJ being forced to blow his flash.
Yeah, that has been sprinting all the way from base over to just try and make some impact because he knows that wave state is in such a treacherous spot. And he's getting some serious value. You called out JJ. Burns the flash get away from him. He gets an ult trade out of the Shy, who's trying to clear out the way for the dive that won't materialize in time. Beishwan does grab the dragon. Fight over these grubs. Like you called out, first one goes down before JJ spots out the rest of the take. Rookie gonna swing over, but there's 2 grubs already picked up for Beishwan. He has the keeper's verdict. He's gonna expertly. Is that on the ward? Hits the keeper's verdict. Yeah. JJ gets flown out. Fizzles out. One caster minion. He's gonna start the dive. I mean, they do back bin off the turret. But here comes the response. The Shy is going to be the target. He's trying to get pretty slippery, but the Tangle Barb root landed through for all and made the Pop Blossom so easy. Elk grabs that kill. Rookie's TP just a bit too late. So BLG get the first kill on the board at a critical time. Spirit Rush out of Knight, so gets 2 charges out, but Beishwan's here for the turn. Charm going to go wide, though, from Knight, so JJ gets around it. They try and slam him into the wall is Beishwan, but JJ has to burn the flash. He's going to try and go back for his camps, but Beishwan is there once again. This time it's the Crescent Guard. He goes for the Xin Sec, but here's the keeper's verdict. Owen flashing forward into the Crescent Guard. Gets the Tangle Barb down. Rookie has the hijack Spirit Rush if he wants to go for the trade, but there's no members of IG over on this side of the map. Mako and Gala are too late on the rotate. Let's see if IG still want this fight. They have no business being in this jungle, and Mako ends up paying the price. But top lane chicken, no kills.
Yeah, but again, wanted to praise IG. I think they spent a lot of this early game minimizing BLG's impact.
Teams that can count and teams that don't.
That's right.
Rift Herald, the next play here for BLG. Remember, with the Ren Smite advantage, they really should never be 50-50s. Keeper's Verdict also does a big factor, but the ult's going to whiff. Nonetheless, they pick up the Rift Herald. Can Beishwan get the eye? Yes, he does. Rookie on the back end of the flank gets a huge hijack Pop Blossom, but once again, IG are separated on the fight. The Shy flies in with the Between Worlds. They knock down the Callista, but Bin is going crazy with the Flame Spinner. The Shy able to limp away alive, and Gala going to clean up. Knight goes down. And IG don't get the Herald, but they get a whole lot of gold. 4 for 2 on the fight win.
You can see Rookie. He gets a really big hijack Pop Blossom. He's able to sustain himself this entire time. Because of the space his mid laner buys him is huge.
The Shy as well slips right out with that Between World. Perfect execution on that Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, no Xin ult. Means you have a very low chance now of winning that fight. I think they're going to take the Drake, and IG look like they want to play for that fight after, but ooh, again.
But the charm from Knight. JJ does not have Crescent Guard to protect him from this Ahri damage. Got the Rend in store for Elk if he wants to make sure that there's no 50-50. It's really hard for JJ to even try and risk this dragon, so it goes down and Ode flies in with the 2-man Pop Blossom. The Shy is stun locked, falls down first, and that's all the BLG need. They fate call Owen back out to safety. Flawless execution from Bilibili. Sort of
different.
An unusual spot to be in nonetheless. This is what we're a bit more accustomed to, is 2 junglers scrapping it out and maybe kicking a fight off the back end of that as Gala gets claimed by Tangle Barb. Owen has been, well, on it with this Nico. Nonetheless, getting cleansed out. Rookie, excuse me, in the 1 versus 2 does not get the keeper's verdict off the hijack, and Beishwan returns him to sender. Uses the real hammer to throw up for the kill, and Knight grabs it.
Ability to secure objectives with the Ren Smite is so potent here, so they do have the run of this one if they want to, but even if they don't, they're just knocking down turrets on both sides of the map here, and BLG, they're winning big.
It's just constantly denying dives. He, over and over again, ults waves at the perfect time, soaks up a ton of pressure, gets that top tier 1 turret, forces Rookie to respond all the way to this wave, and while it didn't get the Melodic on the first time round, it has those lasting effects, and Now the Opticon picked up for free. You know things are going good. You're getting good eats when you get Opticon with 0 response, but
this overcommitment, they get nothing from it. They basically cede control of the entire map because now.
Oh, and Beijuan, he's hunting. He went a little too far forward, but another clutch charm comes across. JJ has no Crescent Guard, no Xin Zhao ultimate. That's the jungler for IG down with Chem Tech Soul Drake up.
That's it. Soul's taken. There's really no contest to be had here. I don't even know why IG are even bothering to foster. They want to get front row movie seats to watch the Dragon Soul go through, I suppose. But at the end of it, no trade for IG, no response to be had. They just lose out on pretty much every level. They might lose a little bit more.
Oh,
Wow.
This is the BLG I know and love. They're going for the throat. On with the 2-man Pop Blossom. Gala didn't even get to move for a whole 5 seconds. 2 kills just like that, and BLG are hunted for more.
Have a decision. Do we try and contest this Baron? Do we all in on the person in the mid lane? I mean, again, the vision is good. Beijuan can hit the ultimate, but I still think they can play for this one.
They have the Ren Smite, remember. There should be no world where JJ can get away with this steal. He's going to fly in. The tidal wave comes across. It gets close, but still, Beijuan secures it. Meanwhile, Gala gets booted out of the fight at about 40% HP, and that leaves the Shy to his lonesome. He's going to use the Between Worlds to try and dash out, but guess who calculated exactly for it? It's Beijuan and On, who meet him on the other side of his portal. Down goes the Equalizer, and here comes Bilibili Gaming with complete vengeance and no regard for Gala and IG. This is clinical.
Slow, but Bilibili, as soon as they got a little bit of control, they ran away with this game, and IG have just not been able to respond. And the map play, the objective setup from BLG has just been too good, and it's gotten them this absurd gold lead that we're looking at right now at almost 10,000. Maybe a small loss incoming, but Rookie is able to walk away from this one. But yeah, to your point too about this return to form for BLG, it really has been a nice look for them, especially here today. If they're able to keep that up, this is a team where you really got to look at them for title contention to actually win the LPL here in Split 2.
Well, here's the final stand for IG at their inhibitor turret. Hijacked Pop Blossom just to hold Beijuan at bay. Look at the line of Ganon minions just set up right here. Just firing along on that turret that if it drops, BLG are going to full send it and maybe just wallet diff this one. On goes for a bit of an aggressive play onto the Shy. Luckily, he's got the Fate's Call to hold him in place. Crescent Guard, another defensive ult dropped by JJ's. The Equalizer comes through. Turret is down. JJ has no way out but to go forward. In flies Beijuan. They've got Knight coming across as well. Clutch Charm landed from Knight. He picks out the Shy from the fray, and that will do it. 30 minutes of near dominance from BLG to kick themselves off to a 1-0 series lead.
We're going to have a little fun with this one. Maybe Bully Mako in the base, but what a great opener here for BLG. Again, no room for placements moving, but BLG, they're here to style.
Yeah, so it's...
Oh, it's Jace Mid. It's Jace Mid.
It's Jace Mid, yeah.
I don't know why. I had a moment where I was like, Scion Jungle.
Yeah.
What year is it? Where am I?
Lilia mid. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on here? We'll see if he gets a little bit swifty here with his Unstoppable Onslaught as the grubs are started up by Beijuan. Lilia very good at taking these grubs, but JJ, does not win the smite battle. So burns his smite, and without it, he can't even try and trade one of these back, and that one misstep on the D key is going to give BLG another game of 3 grubs.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't focus anymore because you said get swifty, and it like unlocked the memory.
Finally started up at 11:30 on the clock. And Beatdown, how worried are you for IG now? Because we are already concerned from draft. Hold on, his Elk going to be the target of a pick play. Gets around the Solar Flare, but does not get away from the Seismic Shove. Doesn't have Cleanse or Flash, and there it is!
Not only is getting a kill onto Gala good, getting Elk off the map at all is a pretty big deal.
Beijuan. The flash, the resonate. There we go, JJ. That's why you picked the Lee Sin.
Otherwise, and again, I mean, we could be diving. Yeah, he's like really low mana. They have a wave.
Here comes Knight with the Jace. Weaver's Wall. Bin flashes.
Ooh,
not
the
enough.
last rock.
Here comes Knight, though. The golden left hand. How many kills can he find? He's got to get some pretty good target selection here. Whiffs the enhanced shock blast. The Shy is dancing around him. The kill finally comes across, and Beijwan's here to clean up the second one. Right when you think IG are making the better play on the map, BLG shut it down. 2-1 kills.
Equalize the very small gold lead that's up right now. On has to play defense just to make sure nothing funny ends up happening, but you got to imagine this is going to be a guaranteed take here. Can they walk out is the question.
They don't have that lilting lullaby, as you pointed out. Mako going to hold on to the solar flare. There is a curtain call as well. Jade's Corruption not going to land on a JJ. Own going to have to use the Unbreakable Will. Flashes, one curtain call shot, the other one blocked by Elk Masterly. The Resonating Strike comes through for JJ and gets the kill onto Own with the kick. Ben Helt, full HP, very tanky Scion, but there's no damage behind him. He's kind of just holding the line here, daring all of IG to jump on after him. They won't find that kill either, but they're still playing through. The Triforce done for the Shy. This is really a huge strong point for that. The Shy special Nidalee, the lethality Lee Sin. Testing. How many turret shots can I take? How many Qs can I take from this Scion? Because you can't take very many Qs from this guy, this Knight. Jace coming across. The Seraph Shield, will it be enough to save Rookie? Ooh! Wow, is that damage from JJ ridiculous? Where the hell did Knight go? Just like that. Double kill over to Rookie. IG fighting their way to wins once more. But Beijwan on the other side of the map is going to allow Bin to finally shut down that pesky Nidalee. Turret race.
I think IG are probably going to win that turret race. Although BLG do have the grubs. It's looking like that isn't going to be quite enough. Yeah, it's Beats of Warfare. That Lee Sin damage is actually hilarious. At that point, he had finished the opportunity. And it was buffed recently for melee users. I think it was on 2509, but don't quote me on that. And now, unfortunately, Elk.
Yomu's.
You get to live.
Needs to hit the Chains of Corruption to really make that outplay come across. Yes. Gala lives thanks to that. Mako, hello. Zenith played through. Solar Flare. The stun lock comes across on the page. The lethality Lee Sin is disgusting, and the Wilting Lullaby is cleansed by Gala, so he can't even be traded back out. Shouldn't have enough damage to finish off Own, I would think, with the Unbreakable Will. He goes back in, though. Elk damage is just not enough to knock down Mako. The Shy flies in next, trying to find the XQ. Gets right back over the wall. Flash out away from the Deadly Force. The current call doesn't hit onto Elk, but it finds Own off to the side, and the Rookie flying on in, surfing with the Weaver's Wall. Mops up the next kill. BLG are starting to crumble, and here comes lethality Lee Sin again. Eviscerates the health bar of Elk just like that. IG break this game open to the tune of a near 4K gold lead.
Charged with this lethality Lee Sin. Has been able to do so much work here. Knight is going to get the turret trade. But actually,
the picture, we see the Rift Herald used to try and knock down this mid-tier 1 turret, but it is not falling. They're committing so much to do this, but it's going to be to the tune of Beijwan getting sacrificed. BLG trying to flex their very tanky front line, and that piercing arrow finally hit its mark. In with the Shock Blast. There is the combo the BLG were desperately waiting for from Elk and Knight. It gets them a big play to swing the pendulum back. The Shy trying to answer onto his own tier 2 turret, but the teleport was there for Bin. Oh my god, how's Knight done this? JJ so low, that's a huge shutdown. Gala's gonna trade it. And opens up the current call. He was so accurate last time. He found 2 kills. He's 3 for 3 on shots. 4 for 4.
God.
Gala is rent-free in Elk's head right now.
Oh my god. Doesn't miss.
7-0 on this Jhin for Gala. Oh, you were worried about it. Jhin is not a tank buster. We're really going to test that theory now. How ahead do you have to be a tank buster?
Oh.
What is happening to BLG right now?
To be fair, IG's comp, really good at finding picks. Knight, who is flashless. I honestly think there's really only one way that could have gone. So it's going to give IG the opportunity. They're going to secure this Otacon. Get that permanent buff going for them, and BLG are going to have no response here. IG get this lead back up to about 4,000 gold. Exactly how they needed to play out this early game. The more difficult it's going to be for really anyone to do anything about him on the side of IG. And Knight, who's already sitting at 3 items, by the way. Going to be so powerful.
Still got both of his summoners available. Is Ben going to be targeting these side lanes. And there's more than enough damage between JJ and Rookie to cut through this health bar. Great seismic shove as well. There is no friends on this side of the map for Bin. And BLG and IG are just piloted these team fights so well. And on cue, though, we do see JJ get caught under the turret from a Chains of Corruption, but gets out to safety. Cannot commit the full combo down there, so the tier 2 turret will fall as well. And
yeah, right now, instead, IG are actually in a really strong position, and they're approaching Dragon Soul. Oh,
going after Knight, who gets picked off again by Rookie. This Jace gets 0 value. IG are laser focused on these picks, want to force this series the distance. And the way they're firing, the way Gala's cooking, it's only inevitable by this point. Flashes for the crit shot, goes back to the curtain call. Finally, Elk is able to dodge one of these bullets. He'll survive, but surviving is not enough. There's thriving moments for IG. The Shy, the only one to go down to Beichuan, but Baron going to be the call here as Invictus Gaming look for the dagger.
Hey, very easily going to be taken here. Nice fight coming through from Invictus Gaming. And yeah, they want this series to go the distance, and it's looking like they're going to have the tools to be able to make it happen. No response so far from BLG these last 10 minutes or so. It's just been all IG all game long. Now with the big purple worm in their pocket. And it's important to note, too, the way IG do a good job of splitting these fights up. Really, the only thing you're concerned about... Oh, I need to hold that.
Bye-bye on. Nice solar flare in the back end there from Mako to catch Bin out as well. JJ hits the Sonic Wave, goes in after Knight once again. Before he can get any value out of this Jace, he's immediately down to a 10th percentage of his HP, and Hextech Soul is up for the taking for Invictus Gaming.
Man, there's just going to be no response. There's no way BLG can actually contest this one, so another big powerful buff, I should say, goes over the way of IG. Fed he is if he gets 100-0 before he can do any damage.
And it doesn't matter if you drafted a tank frontline if they can't survive a 4-item Gala, who pops Knight from halfway across the screen. Owen flies in. He's just trying to save his mid laner, and he will fall with him. It is all up Invictus Gaming right now. They are picking off BLG one by one, and Beichuan is next to fall. Invictus Gaming's 6-game win streak still within their grasp. The way they are dominating Game 2, it's all going to come down to each team's final game on Summoner's Rift for the Rumble stage.
And right now, you got to imagine, I think this game is basically done. They're going to look and see if they can get a bit more, but the very minimum inhibitors are going to fall. And if they really want to push this one, yeah, I think they can just send it. Seismic Shove doesn't land, but they do so much damage here. I don't know.
They're going to go. They're going to try and get out. BLG are going to chase them out. They have a TP flank coming from behind. Bin, where's my team? He needs help. Gala's just crunching him right now. The piercing arrow sets up Rookie for a huge Seraph shield, so he goes back forward, and this should be the final breath for BLG. Another great solar flare from Mako, and they've got waves coming forward. Nice TP flank, Knight. See you later. JJ's lethality. Varus is too big of a brunt to bear. Golden form comes out for Beichuan. Doesn't matter. They're heralded towards their fountain. They're going to have to watch their base explode. What a response from Invictus Gaming. Pitching a near shutout against BLG, and we are going for 3.
Yeah, and a really great response from IG after a pretty difficult loss for them in Game 1. Now they've caught themselves up.
I really do feel like the Xayah comes out a big winner here for Gala. He does have the most ability to deny BLG the execution of the comp they want to play, I feel. Cancels back a couple of times, but the waves are thinned out in the moment from Mako and Gala. Still going to get the Vault Breaker through as Mako tries to cover the dive brush. They're going to turn their attention towards Beichuan, who does get root collared up. He gets a shield from his E, needs to flash, goes for it very late, but still able to get out to safety. And now they're going to regress for the dive. They have the Elise, really potent in these dives, being able to drop the aggro, but they'll just take the plate instead and try and walk out. But Dredgeline 6 through for Mako. Here's the all-in coming across. The Sunlock onto the Elise. On didn't even get to go into that repel, and it's disastrous for BLG. IG, knowing that Gala is in a much more commanding spot than Elk. Nonetheless, we're trying to sneak some dragons from Beichuan. Knocking this one down. Mako has not figured it out just yet, and On is flashing after Mako to get the Cocoon to lock through. Electrocute, Ignite, more than enough for Elk to get the kill with one more auto. That's Dragon and a kill on the way out for Bilibili.
Yeah, it feels really good for them. And become really powerful later. Just gets that much more accelerated with 2 kills.
Both AD carries in pristine position. There's another Cocoon going to sink here for On, and Gala has to pop the barrier and the flash, but guess what? Here's the turn from JJ. Has the Grand Starfall. There's no way out for Elk, so he definitely tries to trade Gala. No siree. Feats of Warfare right on cue as the first ult from Pantheon is pristine.
Yeah, really good answer there from JJ, and that's just something BLG they're going to have to be aware of. They don't have the match for something like that Ground Starfall. So they need to be sure
On
of his location and on goodbye.
Face check. He's going to repel the first hook, but the root comes across on the auto from Mako. A couple more slams. The Ignite should do it, but the spear pointed right at On's way.
Go. I think you can go for 2 and just walk away.
Got top lane prio. There's a wave crashing mid. Just got to be worried about JJ getting close by, but there's no Grand Starfall for now. It's on a timer, and you called it well. Beat down. Just going to go for 2.
Oh, I guess they want 3.
Come back over. They got Maiden. On's here.
Maiden, and they got the wave top side, so easy prio for them.
IG. We are finally somewhat on course for
oh
a
my
close
god.
game for those
oh
fights.
my god. Oh my god. I don't think we are anymore. I think that close game is
Yeah,
over now.
Yeah, I slowed down because my eyes were telling me my words were lying to you all. So that is that two different games this series where we've seen a turret drop like near the same time with full plates. It's pretty disgusting. IG are going to just force a turn, though, with that global ultimate power. Owen had no idea. You just can't account for this Pantheon flying on in, and ooh, that one's going to sting for Bin. Does not flash over the fat wall. Nearly makes it a trade nonetheless, but that is a shy double kill and a shutdown of this Yorick.
Position, I think, for IG to be in, because now it's going to be a point where, ooh.
Good flash. Elk gets away from all those feathers. And the blade caller, oh my word, Bejuan. This is a one-way trip, buddy. If it was anybody but Zaya, I like that play. It's anybody but Zaya.
He's just taking a sip of his coffee like, oh, everyone close your eyes, guys. We didn't see that.
Hey, you know, he got both Summers out. That's what we focus on. Oh, never mind. God didn't even flash. That's a flash from Aldo. Goodbye, rookie. Doesn't even channel the shockwave in time. And this TP from the Shy, also late to the function.
On this mini-map, and I'm looking at some red pictures to move his way. Okay, rookie's going to TP. There you go.
Just in time. That turret's gone if rookie's not up in the
Yeah.
My God. Let me try and get the ghouls close enough. I mean, one spade slam, he gets at least a plate. Aldo had to repel. Smite not going to find it.
Oh, they're going.
Fall through. They're diving on in for Olin. There's a TP behind, but this Elise is as good as dead. Can the turn come across, though? This is a very strong York, and in flies the Knight with the golden left hand, looking to swat down IG. JJ first to fall, cease and assist through for the Shy. The counter-strike stun will only delay the inevitable. Great turn from Bilibili to clean up that skirmish, and their main prize is going to be more plates and more gold to Bin.
And Bin is just eating good today, as the only real trade is going to be rookie.
Yeah, it's like transferable value of these gold leads, right? And
yeah.
You don't get as much value out of a 1.5k Pantheon ahead as where Bin's at, and maybe we're Knights heading because that looked too easy, and Maiden kill.
He's getting
oh my God, the goals! He got slurped to death. The Bin did it. JJ has to watch his top laner fall. This game is slipping out of the grasp of IG minute by minute.
Worrying about the cocoon shot to make sure he doesn't end up going down, but still getting chunked out in the process. So really,
now he loses his
he's
turret.
Oh,
nice Feather Storm. Can't cast it when I lock you down, Bejuan says. Cease and desist. Gets the Vault Breaker through. This is the uber aggressive BLG. Talked about it. It's so poetic that the solo lanes get those first 2 kills to set it off, because the solo lanes for BLG are the driving force of this team.
Hey, IG, go away, go away. You're not
Bad
welcome
fight.
here. Bad. I need a water bottle.
The finish will come across a bit quicker here as Elk will help shred it. They're going to TP in Bin, though, as IG are starting to posture to try and get in for this Otacon, but it is a burning away. And before they even get a look at it, Octagon goes the way of BLG, and they will just run their way out. I can't believe I'm saying this. They don't want to fight. They don't need to fight.
Well, you're right that they don't need to. And to be honest, it's fine to walk away too. I'm surprised the Shy actually goes for that TP. It was over before he canneled it. Oh, are we just sending it?
We're 5-manning for a tier 1 turret. They get a 2-man shockwave onto Elk and Beichuan. That's going to earn them the turret, so all right.
Sure.
Knight is the JJ. Oh my god, they have all of IG. This is a 4-man on tonight. This guy, all right, the wave's not even here.
It was to clear the wave. It was to clear the wave.
Okay, all right, so they get the wave up. Knight, oh, the flash does not come before the stun. A good try to sneak on out, but he will fall along with that tier 1 turret. We're going to give away that Cloud Soul Drake up to Cloud Soul Point. So at least this time around, IG are cross-mapping to isn't either. Finally, it comes through. BLG will take the win of getting that TP out of the Shy and calm things back down, but they've lost track towards the mid lane. And with Demolished, down goes that Shy. Tries to hold off any sort of flank angles. Now we jockey around the Cloud Soul, but IG, they really just aren't in a position to ever fight this one. And boy, did Knight show them why, bopping them down with the golden left hand for Bilibili Gaming. It took forever for a fight to break out, but when it came, it was a wash. Down fall IG just like that. An ace at the 29th minute mark.
And a big ace at that, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of the series here. Slayer, the spawn timers are too long, and while it wasn't as fast as what we're used to, it ended up being pretty exciting.
The series had no lasting stakes on your group ascent standings, but momentum-wise, down falls the IG win streak in 2 defiantly dominating games for BLG. They play the map better, and they go into playoffs 12-6.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.